Welcome guys to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be going through the best business website builder. Of course, there are different website builder platforms that you can choose from. It can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if you are starting off as a small business or as just a general business website. So we're going to go ahead and go through that and just take a look at some of the platforms that you can use. So we'll go ahead and get started. So here's 4 different website builders, of course, that we could use to create a business. So these businesses could be towards what, let's just say there's a bakery, you can have a shopping website or anything basically that accepts payments. But we'll go through the payments on the next slide. We'll talk about the different platforms that we're going to use. So Wix is the very first one there. So it's an extremely easy to use platform. You've got 3 options for website building: Wix Editor, Wix ADI, and Editor X. Now this platform is also ideal for beginners, and it's a great platform and base, I think, for beginners. Even if you haven't built a website before, I think it'll be a great learning curve as well. But of course, if you want a quick and easy website, you may want to avoid it. So moving on, we've got Squarespace here, which is another easy platform to use. It's a very simplistic website builder, and it's also very easy to navigate around. Now, this platform is ideal also for beginners. Now, I would recommend this more towards the people starting off. So next in line here, we've got GoDaddy, which is a very fast website builder. It's straightforward, simple editing tools, and again, if you've never built a website before, this may be the website builder to use for your business. Coming in last there, we've got Jimdo, and it's also a great website builder. It's tying in the same as Wix in terms of how easy it is to use, and just the general knowledge you would have for building a website. So pretty much ties in the same as Wix. Now, I want to go ahead and discuss, especially this is important for a business, to know what an e-commerce site actually is, especially if you're starting off. So, an e-commerce website is designed to facilitate commercial or business transactions, meaning an involvement for online transfer of information. So this could be anything digital or physical. So it would be towards retail stores, music sites, auction sites, financial management sites, and of course the ones that you may already know and you will know are Amazon, eBay, Spotify, or iTunes, anything like that. Now, I want to go ahead and discuss the differences in e-commerce versus what a regular website is. So, for those with a business, you can go ahead with a brochure website if you wanted to. So that would be something considered as a regular website. So exactly what is a regular website? So as we've said there, each website, of course, will serve its own purpose. An e-commerce site, while not being the same, serves the same purpose as other e-commerce sites. My meaning towards that is that if let's just say we have a clothing store and a music store, of course they're completely different, but they're also the same because they both accept payments. Now with a regular website, you can have, as I said, a brochure website, and this is something maybe to promote your business, but you're not actually accepting any payments online. So as I said, regular websites would tend to be more of a website that doesn't sell anything or have nothing to do with payments and user information, unless of course it would be a login for blogs. So that's my reasoning for that. Now, of course, we need to go ahead and compare the differences on the e-commerce websites. So you got to understand what your business is going to be about. If you're going to be selling physical products or digital products. Now, starting off with physical products, of course, is clothing, footwear, electronic devices, gadgets, appliances, anything that you'll pretty much receive within your own hands. Basically, something that you'll see in person, something you can touch, something that you can use daily. So digital products, of course, while being something that you can use daily, it's something that you receive at an instant, basically at an instant click. So if I paid for music online, I'll have received that straight away. Probably takes a couple of minutes to download, while physical products will probably take a couple of days for it to arrive in my front door. Now we have music, movies, we've got ebooks, images, textual content, anything like that pretty much, and digital copies of books. So that's pretty much what an e-commerce website is. Now we're going to go ahead and discuss the different types of regular websites. So real quick, it's pretty much just blogs, portfolios, or even property advertising websites. So that's what I'm meaning about that. So if you're a business and you sell property, of course you don't want people buying and adding it to a basket when it comes to real estate. Of course, that just doesn't quite make sense. You would want to maybe have a brochure. So you're still a business, but you want to advertise the properties. So that's pretty much what a regular website is, a brochure. Now that we've discussed the our different platforms, what an e-commerce site is, what a regular site is, we're going to go ahead and look more into the platforms again and check out the pros and cons. Of course, there will always be some pros and cons towards any platform that you use. So starting off, we've got Wix there, which has over 800 templates to choose from. So a lot of options as a business owner, of course. It's very beginner friendly, has options for free or for different platforms, offers a free version, and the free version basically is where you can test out the service, you're able to publish your website. However, I think you get about 500 megabytes worth of storage and 500 megabytes worth of bandwidth. So that's what's great about Wix. Now with Squarespace there, it all has a great number of templates, a 2-week free trial or 14 days, and loads of features to use. Next up in line, we've got GoDaddy, which offers a 24/7 support. So don't be mistaken by the fact that Wix, Squarespace, and Jimdo doesn't offer 24/7 support. They do, but GoDaddy has more of a priority. Now, it's very easy to use and very cheap on the subscription plans to launch the website. So that's a really great advantage for GoDaddy. Next up there, we've got Jimdo, which has an ADI functionality like Wix, has its own dedicated mobile editor view, and the best cost per feature option. And it's also a very cheap option when it comes to a monthly subscription. Now that we've discussed the pros, we're going to go ahead and discuss the cons, of course. So Wix, you can't switch templates once you've picked. The wide range of options may be an advantage for most, but can be confusing for beginners. Now, what I mean by that is if you go ahead and select a template and you decide you want to change it, you can't do that. So you'll have to build a brand new website again, pretty much, and just list it as a new, well, you could have the same title, of course, but it'll be within a new sort of layout. Unlike GoDaddy, where you can revert all the changes and it'll go back to the templates that you want to pick. Moving on anyway, we've got Squarespace, which has no autosave for pages and posts. So that means you can easily lose your work. Interface is a bit confusing as well, and also not the easiest to use at times, so no full customizability. You've got GoDaddy there, which barely has any customizability, drop and go developer platform pretty much, and templates are also not the easiest to find. Jimdo, no blog functionality, which isn't ideal for blog website creators. Also, it has very limited SEO features, which means that it'll affect your not as well as ranking your traffic as well, and no internal marketing capabilities. So, how do I go about creating a website? So there are a couple of steps that you need to do. So at the start there, we've got our header, we've got our section, and we've got our footer. Now, we've got header, section, footer. Header has the logo, menu, login, social media. Now, depending on yourselves and how you want to design your website, you could live with having a logo and a menu. And you could add your social media elsewhere. You can have your login bar on the header, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much what a header is. Now, you would have your section there that's next, so that heading or tagline background is a hero section, and alongside that you would have a paragraph along with a video or picture, Then one of your last few sections, you would want to have a promotional, pretty much anything related to do with vouchers or coupons. And then you would want to have gallery, about, and contact form. So that's one of the key factors there when building a website. And of course, with your footer, can't leave that. This is where you would have your links or your menu items, social media, and even a disclaimer. So now that we've discussed the different types of or the different platforms that you can use and what an e-commerce site really is, we'll go ahead and check out the platforms now. So we'll go ahead into the Wix one first, and we'll go to the sign up stage. So here we have the login page for Wix, and of course, if you are new to Wix, you can go ahead and sign up by typing in your email, password for the site, of course, or you can go ahead and continue with Google or Facebook. Now, of course, since we do have our own account, I'm going to go ahead and continue with our one here for ProfileTree. So once you log in here, it'll redirect you to another page basically, and this is the dashboard for where you create your websites. And of course, this won't occur for those that are new to the site. This will be what you'll be seeing. So as you can see, it'll ask you which platform you want to use. Now there's two different options there. You've got Editor X and Wix. Now they're both as good as each other. Of course, both have the pros and cons. Wix Editor is a lot easier to use as even a beginner or an intermediate developer, or it could be used for professional web developers if you want to. And then for the Editor X, I would recommend it for someone more experienced that would use Editor or Wix Editor as base for all their websites, and they're able to create complex websites as well as code them in. So I would recommend that for those for Editor X. Now we're going to go ahead and select Wix anyway. I'll go ahead and show you the different platforms. So of course, what sort of website are we creating? Now we're going to go ahead and select an online store. Now of course there are other options there where it could be drum store, clothing store, accessory store, art store, skate store. Of course, there's a bunch of different options there. We're going to go ahead and select next. So as you can see, it's now asking us to name our store. Now, of course, that's your business name. So for the meantime, I'm just going to say business website, and then we'll select next, and then it'll give you the Wix Market apps, and these are the things that have been built in. So of course it's an online store, so we've got products to sell, we've got a chat box that's been enabled, forms, and an Instagram feed. Now you can choose to remove these if you want to, and of course there are a list of different options there as well, or you could choose to skip, which we'll do ourselves. Next, it'll give us, again, this is what's confusing as well, so it'll ask the three different options there, which is Wix Editor, Wix ADI, and Editor X. I'm going to give you a step-by-step on each one of these. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Wix ADI, and this is the easiest, which for some people who want to start off. So ADI is, what that means is artificial design intelligence, and what it's meant to do is basically question you a bunch of questions, of course, and then build you a website. So here it says it'll review and edit your info, and then this is where we can add a logo, of course our name, email address, phone number, social accounts, things like that, but of course we don't have any in hand, so we'll go ahead and choose to skip. Now the next page here, it'll ask you to pick a theme you want, so there's 6 different options there. We got classic, deep forest, humble, thread, retro, and clean. There are other options apart from the 6 here, so just a note on that one. I'm going to go ahead and select retro. Now once I've selected retro, it's going to give me 3 different layout options for homepage designs. Now as you can see, it'll ask you to pick your favorite, And this is what it's given me for this one. So this is a business website, of course, and not necessarily sure on what these are. I think it's just to do with whatever is stated. So it's an online website. Not necessarily know what it's for, but of course you can change the theme. Now, depending on which design you like, you can go ahead and select on one of them and then click next. So that is what ADI is all about. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you what Editor X is. So back to the same area where we were for the options, we're going to go ahead and look into the Editor X. Now, with Editor X, it is a little bit more complex, as I've said, and even the designs are very intricate. So we're going to go ahead and check them out. They're all like very sophisticated, but very beautiful templates. And as you can see, we'll go and look for one for a e-commerce website. There's one there, an electronics store, so we'll go ahead and view that. And then you'll notice straight away how fluid it looks. There's a lot of animation as well, gives you a shop category. So quite a lot of use with animation, as you can see. And of course our footer, which is very well designed, very modern as well. So that's pretty much what Editor X is. It can require some Velo code, only if necessary. You don't have to go and use Velo code if you don't need to. So that pretty much sums up what Editor X is. So there's a bunch of different templates that you can choose from. Of course, there's one there for a landing page, and you've got other ones here as well for a business. Now, lastly, what I want to show you is Editor or Wix Editor itself. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. And I'm going to show you the different online business websites that you can create. So here's one there for an accessory store. You've got one for a backpack store, home goods store, accessory store, clothing store, auto parts store. As you can see, there's a list of different options there that you can pick from. So depending on what your website's based on, you can go ahead and select on one of these. So just to get you started for your website. Now, you don't necessarily have to pick the templates here. As you can see, there's a bunch of different options that you can choose from. If you don't like any of these, you can go ahead and select a blank template and you can go ahead and work from here. So that is pretty much what Wix is. It's very, very easy to use. We'll go ahead and edit one of these sites out just to have a brief look at basically managing it and how to use it. Okay, so just going through this website here, as you could see, we've got our almost like a little preview of what we can use for tools. So there's add elements section, pages menu, site design, add apps, my business, media, and content manager. Now you would be using these at some stage on the website. Now if we look at the top left here, we've got site, settings, dev mode, hire professional, help, and now you would be mainly looking at the site my dashboard, and within settings, you would probably be looking at the get found on Google, especially if you're using the Wix SEO Wiz. And for dev mode, of course, this is the Velo developer tool. And you can preview here as well. And if we go ahead and close up, we can go ahead and use some of the tools, which is the toolbar, which helps us adjust items if we want to. So I could change that to 750 if need be. Items here are easily aligned, so I can align that into the center if I wanted to. So that'll be a perfect 50-50. Same goes with this one. If I wanted it to, let's just say I wanted it to be in the middle, I can go ahead and drag that and direct that so that it is the middle. And I can add elements like so as well with some emblems if I wanted to. I can push that through to the middle as well, change the basic shape like so, and a little pop-up will appear on my screen which asks me whether I want to use vector art or basic shapes. So these are the vector arts, of course, and if this loads perfectly fine, okay, so I can go ahead and add this little guy in if I wanted to. Just wait for that to load. Just like so. So it is a fairly easy platform to use, and of course I can add sections in along with other developer tools that use this as well. I can go ahead and add sections in if I wanted to. I can add like an about us on the website. So this is about, and then I could put that in basically. So there's get to know us, and I can pretty much change that to however I want. Change the background if I wanted to as well. So it's a very customizable platform to use. That's why I pretty much recommend Wix to anyone starting off or even wanting to create something quick and easy. Then Wix would be your go-to developer. So now moving on, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the GoDaddy here. And here's a website builder already thrown up for us. And I can go ahead and basically set up a brand new website, and I'll show you how to do that now. So as soon as you've made it to this area here, we can go ahead and select the start for free. So this is going to enable us to create a website. And so what category are we creating? So we'll go ahead and start a new website here. So we're creating a business website, as you could see. Now there are other options there that you can choose from, but we're going to go ahead and select a business one, and I'm just going to go ahead and name it business, and then select next. Now it'll ask us whether it's an idea, it's not been launched yet, but I'm working on it, it just launched early, or it's been up and running for a while now. So this is the business. Now I can go ahead and say it's been launched recently, and it'll ask us then what website we want to create. So I can say that I want to create a full website. So I'm going to go ahead and select a full website as well, and then click submit. Now it'll build us a business website based on the questions and the answers. And of course this could apply to any e-commerce website that you create. So as you can see, it's built us a very simple, fast website. And it gave us a hero section with a contact us button, and we've also got a contact us page. We've got a privacy policy page and a service page as well. Even shows us some background knowledge on the team. We even have a testimonial or review, an FAQ as well, and a newsletter or subscribes list. And of course you can add sections into the website, so integrate them if you wanted to. Like logos and badges, a photo gallery if you wanted to, or blogs, which is great for SEO. So you can add some blogs in, depending what business you're running. So just say you're running a automotive parts store and you have some blogs basically, and then you can start creating some blogs based on some of the car manufacturers, so something like that. And of course you can start writing some blogs, and then this will open up a new area here for us, which is a blog. And this is when we can start creating posts. So that pretty much shows that briefly. And it's very easy to add some pages in if you want to as well. And I'll demonstrate that now. So let's just say we'll go to the website again. And then if I just click on that plus, there's an option for me to create a new page, link to an external website, or a drop down menu. And then I could list the page title if I want to as well. So I could say about us. So since we have the other ones there, I'm going to go ahead and say about us. I'm going to show that in navigation. And if you watch closely here, where it says home, services, and contact us, we've got a new page that now says about us. Now we can add a section to this as well. And I could say about, and it'll give me some contact information or information about what I could pretty much use. So here's one there, about us. And you can see how it matches with the theme of the website as well. Now, of course, if you don't want to create a website based on like an ADI builder, you can go ahead and create one using a template. Now, there are a list of different options. We've got one here for restaurants and foods. We've got one there for health and fitness, fashion and beauty. We've got music for any digital copy or digital products. We've got one for automotive and cars, especially if you're running a dealership. So pretty much you've got the whole selection here for you. And that's just dependent on how you want to build your website, whether you want to build it from scratch, you want to build it using that sort of ADI builder, or by using a template. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and check out Wix. As you can see here, Squarespace, sorry. So this is a Squarespace, and as you can see, you are able to create a blank blank template onto the Squarespace. Or if you want to, you can decide to create a website. So I'll go ahead and show you this. It'll bring me up an option for the different templates that I can use. As you can see, there's one there for real estate and properties, media and podcast, food, entertainment, and like the other two, there's a list of different options for some templates. So you can go ahead and fire away and see which one would be well suited for your website. Now, creating a website on this isn't as hard as you guys would think. It's pretty much the same as GoDaddy and Wix. It's just an easier developer tool to use. Unfortunately, the only thing about Squarespace is that it is a bit difficult to navigate around, which is one downfall about it. Now, it gives you a little preview about the site as well, so it tells you how to edit pages, and how to create pages, and how to style your site. As you can see, this is one here for barbecue is life, and then we even have a cart there. So it's pretty much a ready to go website. If I wanted to edit out, I could just select edit there, and I could change the title name if I wanted to as well. So wait for the edit button to actually work, hopefully. But as you can see, there's pages, design, commerce, marketing, scheduling. Pretty much the list that you need. You even have a desktop view along with a mobile view, which is great for optimization. And if we go to the design here, and I can check out the site style if I want to, change the font out, drag parts about. Hopefully this does work. It is a little bit fidgety on my end, but you do get like little grid lines when you are editing out. See if I'm able to move this. Okay, so sorry guys, computer was a little bit temperamental there, but as you can see, I am able to go ahead and edit these out if I want to. So I can make that bolder, and then I can also drag these about. As you can see, there's the little blue squares there, and then that enables me to drag the section around. So it pretty much works the same way as Wix. It is very, very customizable, so it's a great platform as well. So hopefully that gives you a little insight on some of the platforms that you can use. Of course, I can keep going on there and show you the rest of the other platforms, but we're going to go ahead and check out the pricing plans on these. So starting off with Wix, as you can see, we're going to go and move on to the business and e-commerce plans. We've got a business VIP, business unlimited, and business basic. And of course, there are a different list of options on the pricing points on that one. So there's one there that gives priority customer care. Of course, the more you pay, the more you'll receive for benefits. And of course, with the enterprise plans, that will mainly occur for medium-sized e-commerce websites. And I have priced it, and I've seen that it can range at around £500. So just depending on how big your website is, what you need, this is probably what you would need to request for. Now moving on, we've got GoDaddy there coming in with the e-commerce at £9.99 per month. So it's actually not too bad as well. It's very cheap compared to our Wix there, which is £15 with the which is the cheapest per month. And on top of that as well, if you do select this, that's only for the year. So £15 for 12 months. It's actually £18, as you could see, for every month. And it doesn't even include a free subscription. So that's what's the downfall of using that, especially if you want to do the monthly. And then lastly, we have here Squarespace, and the e-commerce comes at around £23 per month and £35 per month. Also, if you use the advanced package on the commerce plan. And of course, it has different advantages and disadvantages. So pretty much just compare the plans and see what you need. Now, on top of that as well, for other expenses, for Wix, if you consider needing a logo for your website, you can go ahead and choose the Wix logo maker, and they have a basic and advanced plan. And what's great about this is that this is a one-off payment, so it's something that you don't have to look back to once you've purchased. And what's great about this as well is that you can create a logo and website from Wix. So if you don't have enough time, you can get them to create you a website with the logo that you've decided to take. So guys, that pretty much sums up the video. Hopefully that guide is helpful enough. Of course, there are other platforms that you can use, so hopefully this is a base on what you can pick from. If you guys have any questions at all regarding the video, just let us know in the comment section below. But other than that, I'll see you for the next one. Thank you very much.